Hi there everyone, love and light to you. So I'm actually in a quiet space right now, so I'm gonna just kind of like speak almost in a whisper, and I'm using the headphones, so hopefully you can hear me still. But I hope you're all doing well, and I just wanted to make a video here about the energy space that we're moving into, specifically as it pertains to the new moon in Cancer coming up. And this is coinciding with the Mercury retrograde period that we're also moving into, right around the 7th of July. We're already in the pre-shadow period of Mercury retrograde, so we absolutely already be feeling these energies. Things from the past, those of you may not be already familiar with Mercury retrograde, things from the past sort of coming up for review, specifically as it relates to the archetype of Mercury in your personal birth chart, as well as I'm here in Cancer, so absolutely, and we are in the Sun in Cancer period, and the new moon in Cancer coming up as well. So there's a lot of this sort of overlaying of energy, specifically as it relates to Cancer, Moon, the 4th house, and Gemini, the planet of Mercury in 3rd house. So feel free to take a look at your birth chart and kind of take a look to see what might be stimulated for you in particular around this time. If it's something you want to take a hands-on approach with, you can also work one-on-one. I have a number of services that speak specifically to that if you want to work one-on-one together and take a look at how the energies move through the birth chart as it relates to this moon cycle. But in a general way, you may find that there's stimulation of certain, even I'm seeing it as like, I'm hearing it as like accesses, ways that your energy it manifests over time. I'm hearing it in that way, and we're in a period of really stimulating the past, right? Given the Cancer, the moon, the archetype, right, related to the womb, the mother, is being touched upon. And so Cancer can speak, right, of like the past, of cycles, of memory, of history. Typically it speaks of the energy of the childhood home, the upbringing, and things like that. So there is a focus on even the deeper layers of our subconscious, of our psyche, that might be kind of aroused at this time, stimulated around this time. So be that, certain memories, it's being brought up and sort of filtered out is what I'm hearing specifically for a number of you. We're being presented with, let's say, even an opportunity to very clearly and concisely, even objectively assess this otherwise sentimental space, right? Given that we're applying this almost like this, the element of Mercury. And so if we were to think of it though, again, it's all a matter of how it's working personally for you. Take a look at, well, again, what's going on with your Mercury and what might that space be speaking to in your birth chart. So, it is a powerfully, this is how I sort of see this period, and this opportunity is as powerfully clarifying. And why is that so, right? Taking the clarifying energy of Gemini, the ability to rationalize, internalize, to assess, and really ultimately to deliver consciousness, awareness, right? Gemini is the messenger, applied to matters of the very core, the depth. And so again, depending on where you've got even your moon, again, a lot of things can be stimulated around this time. Really, I would highly advise to take a look at your birth chart. It is a solar eclipse. It is eclipse, the new moon in Cancer, so it's a point of also release. What is it that we're finally ready to make peace with, to part with? And what does parting mean? Is it really like goodbye, or is it the understanding of the part that it has played, right? And so everything is sort of connected, right? It's like, how can we say that the first chapter in a book is not related to the last? Like, you needed the first chapter to get to the last chapter, right? So that's not to say that it's also not very real on an emotional level, because it is. It is still touching upon the core of our identity, the core of who we are. Of the very beginning, or the underpinning. That lunar consciousness of how we were created, right? If we really think about Cancer, if we think about the concept from which love originates, the power, the space of power to create, right? Of all times, I have no tissue. No tissue. Sorry, guys, 1 second. Yeah, I really have absolute tissue. Just gotta let it flow, right? And of all things, I think this is a time of absolute emotional honesty. And that's the beauty of Mercury, right? It is that sort of that absolute clarity and specifically of the mind, how we perceive, how we reflect, associate with by way of perception. In this case, what we feel, right? Cancer and the moon, the 4th house. So, don't be afraid to feel. I think that's ultimately the point of this. Stage of ultimately raising consciousness, right? We have to be willing to come in touch with these aspects of our being. Just because it's deep and just because it's emotional doesn't mean that it doesn't deserve to be addressed as that. So if you need to feel certain things, like, feel it, really feel it. And so this might actually be a space for a number of you of conquering the concept, even perceptively, of vulnerability. Of fear. And in bringing this voice of also the inner child out to play, we hold so much more clearly, consciously, our connection to that space. So for those of you who feel compelled, and 11 right there, and someone just sent a message, and I'm gonna read it out. Well, it's a lovely message. Nat, you're amazing. That's so sweet. Okay. Divine right there. 11:11 a.m. Thank you. It's a vibe. Not, felt compelled to call that out. But, for those of you who feel really called around this time to write, to connect with people even, and be it people from the past, whatever that space is where it's like, you know what, this really calls for me to be vulnerable. This really is calling for me to access that part of myself that I wish to speak through. And this is a period of processing, of translating our emotional reality, right? And again, even if what that emotional reality speaks to, even if it's, it takes us way back, even if it is very intense, and for those who've got even, let's say, a lot of Scorpio overlapping, even the moon, the 4th house, there could be a lot of, or even Cancer, or ruling the 8th, but let's say Scorpio, and ruling the 4th, the moon in Scorpio. This could really be a time where it's about the intensity of the also memories that we hold, the emotional reality of also our connection to our experience over time. So, right, so there is a sort of process of elimination even that plays some sort of directive role here. And again, for those of you who feel like called even to write, to sing, to paint, to dance, to do some sort of artistic I'm hearing like movie making, I'm hearing like I'm hearing screenplay writing, like perhaps to channel these emotions, to channel these experiences, these voices, these characters through some form of medium may really be something you feel called to for a number of you. So, and I'm hearing rest as well. So, don't be afraid to share in some way this experience with yourself. And I'm hearing also for a number of you with your followers, if you, let's say, are someone who has a strong also, I'm hearing a calling, or I'm hearing also performance. Like if, let's say, you are a performer and there is a certain context to a certain event or space that you are holding, or whatever it may be, some sort of I'm hearing the history to the voice, and it's a somewhat of personal cycle for a number of you perhaps, and it's like, well, how is it that I am to kind of merge that personal space with that which is public? So I'm seeing that there, perhaps for a number of you, is a strong communicative presence of what it is that you actually also feel is sacred. So yeah, my Cancer is actually I have my moon is Sagittarius, and I have Cancer cusping the 9th house. and I have Chiron in there, so I'm just like kind of like a mess, but sometimes it has to get messy. At moments, to get more in touch with the order of our emotions and the role that we choose for them to play out as in our life. So what I'm seeing is that there is the clarity of how we channel this energy that is associated with the moon, with Cancer, with the 4th house, and Mercury, yes, is here to kind of break any cycle of how we have channeled this energy to this point, even on a mental level, on a mental plane. So I'm saying that for a number of you, there is a really strong breaking point in terms of how we have identified even where this energy space is relevant for us or lives throughout as in our world. So I'm saying that you're getting really clear on how you feel connected to even, let's say, the archetype of the mother in your own personal sort of energetic being and experience. So, you know, we've all got the yin, we've all got the archetype of Cancer, so we've all got the 4th house. How it is that we connect to it may come up for review around this time, but I'm saying specifically that it's alleviating, okay? It's inspiring. It's invigorating, okay? It's enlightening. But I'm seeing it as like actually light. It's actually physically light. So, wherever you feel called to, even, I'm hearing like, I'm hearing pray, I'm hearing for a number of you, but also pass this energy through. You might feel that it is, and it could be in a social way. I'm hearing it environmentally for a number of you, so I'm not sure what that might be alluding to, but I'm seeing that there's something perhaps that you feel socially you would like to really kind of set the stage with. So I want to actually jump into a reading series, real brief for each of the signs to kind of get a sense for what might be coming through. Let's take a look, Cancer, 1 second. Or everyone here, we've all got Cancer, but we'll be good with Cancer, all right? It is your new moon, Cancer. And let's see what's coming through. Okay, Cancer, I'm hearing finally. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to step into these readings. I'm going to post them as separate readings, all right? So, Cancer, will begin here with you. And I'm going to have the links posted. All right, so feel free to access those via the playlist channel. And I'll hopefully have the links in the bio box below as well. All right. Thank you so much for tuning, and I'll see you there. Bye. Let's move into Scorpio. Hi, Scorpio. Thank you so much for tuning in. Love and light to you all here. Let's see what's coming through for the Scorpio. Ooh, no. Okay. I'm seeing, it's interesting. I'm seeing someone like in a classroom, okay, and it could even be like a court, okay, whatever it is, like very, even let's say corporate setting. I'm hearing investment, I'm hearing children, I'm not sure what that's alluding to, but something that feels even in some shape or form or another classified, okay, like the space is classified. And Scorpio, I'm hearing Capricorn strongly. I'm seeing someone here is like somebody is interviewed, I'm hearing as well, okay, but I'm hearing also interrogated. The feeling though is that okay, I'm seeing someone who like is being put on the spot and who does not want to be, I'm hearing also bullied. I'm not sure what that's alluding to, where the Strength card coming through as well, the Four of Cups. Someone's also perhaps holding their cards to their chest, but I'm hearing to their chin. I don't know what that's about. I'm hearing about the children. Seven of Wands upright, mirroring the Wheel of Fortune. And there's a question of reactivity. I'm seeing someone is actually being stimulated to speak, to talk, and I'm seeing someone is like, I'm hearing about investment, and they're like tight-lipped. They're not taking it there quite yet. Eight of Pentacles, I'm hearing about the funding. Eight of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, and someone's like, what's that about? I'm hearing, what is that about? I'm hearing that corner room conversation of a dynamic. Like, why are we holding certain also commodities? Also, I am hearing for certain children in certain parts of the room, not sure what that's about, but I'm seeing for a number of you that this is about a space of recognizing, this is a matter of investing in also talent for a number of you. And I'm seeing like, okay, I'm almost seeing panelists, like judges, who they're like, we gotta make our act here. But the Magician, looking off in the future, mirroring the Tower's card, Strength card, someone perhaps is making an executive decision to move very clearly in a new direction. And there are a number of options on the table, plain and simple, a lot of opportunities, but even you could see it as resources. Like I can kind of like I can act, I'm hearing, accordingly, I'm hearing in these different ways. But I'm almost seeing it as like even contestants that are auditioning. I'm hearing the voice. I'm hearing the challenger. I'm not sure what that's alluding to, but I'm seeing like people like sitting in chairs. I'm hearing specifically, and they have to like press the buzzer, like if they approve and agree. And I'm seeing someone like, I don't know, someone is like, they do not turn around. I'm hearing they don't press the buzzer unless there's a ring involved. I'm hearing as well. I don't know what that's about. You could be perhaps wanting to get in touch with someone here. I'm hearing Cancer, Capricorn. I'm hearing from California. And they're definitely holding off on having any kind of also physical interaction until something is more... So for that Scorpio, the phone cut right then and there when we said someone feels like there needs to be more. And this could be a negotiation. It could be related to investment. Someone might be kind of like putting pressure. It's weird. I'm seeing someone kind of like, I want commitment. And then someone else like kind of like suggests, I'm hearing, or like stimulates them to suggest what commitment is, when really commitment is actually that itself, the presentation of that concept. Like, oh, we are agreeing on commitment as a concept. Oh, this is commitment. And I'm seeing like there's a little bit of like a hazard zone area where people are wearing like a lot of there's a lot of like masquerading here. I'm not sure what that's about, but the world here coming through, like, we don't have time for this bullshit. I'm sorry, we really don't. Ten of Swords in reverse is mirroring the world. Like, we don't have time to be taking out the trash. I'm hearing every 5. I'm hearing 5 days. I'm hearing also though 5 quarters. I'm hearing quarter system. I'm hearing semester. Like, someone feels like something is not getting really off the ground as well, and it might, like, I'm seeing someone even wanting this is a little, not gonna lie, a little bit perhaps even manipulative behavior, where someone in what is considered manipulative, so this might be what someone feels. Maybe this your own energy or that of another, but I'm seeing specifically someone feels like, oh, you know, like they're just like, they're making me like run around like in circles here, and why are we spending all our energy on running when we could be racing, I'm hearing, to the finish line and winning it, like winning the race. Like what's all of this I'm hearing holding off about, like I'm seeing someone is even withholding physically, and that makes someone just go absolutely bananas, like freaking bananas, like, and it makes someone else feel like, why are you holding off on that? Why are you like waiting to like turn the page? Like, don't we like the chapter that we just read together? Like, I don't know what that's alluding to. And I'm seeing someone kind of being like, why don't you want to read it out loud as well? Like, there's something perhaps of a pure process of presentation. Someone feels like it's a little too vulnerable even. Someone may feel like it's a matter of verbalizing what they feel, and it's not that they don't feel it, but it's a matter of oh my goodness, Scorpio. Okay. Yeah. I had a phone call come through right there, and it needed to happen. Okay, it was a pretty intense conversation. So for a number of you Scorpio, there, I'm seeing it as a sort of decision or direction that perhaps you see yourself really navigating your energy through. And for a number of you, it's like, I actually collected all the cards. It's like something that perhaps resets, rebalances. And yeah, you know, sometimes the tower coming down is not kind of something that you want to be talking about, but sometimes it's needed to kind of call timber when you see that things are I'm hearing getting also I'm hearing like rustled, I'm hearing stimulated, and I'm seeing it as related to the sun here, which is actually the card that has remained on the face of the stack. I feel like I'm actually addressing Gemini here. It's kind of interesting, but I did leave off on Scorpio, so that's kind of interesting. You could be just having a really big talk coming through Scorpio, hearing Gemini specifically. Could be related to matters of Gemini in your personal birth chart. Third house, Mercury. We do have Mercury retrograde. A lot coming up from the past, dear Scorpio. But I'm hearing Sylvester here with the Son of Cups and the Eighth and the Sun. It's interesting. In the Six of Cups, I'm seeing someone who is actually like a salesman. I don't know what that's about here with the Son of Cups. Could be dealing with hearing again like SS. And they're like, I'm seeing someone is like, I'm hearing offering someone, stimulating also someone's Scorpio. Okay, I'm gonna go there. Okay. Again, I'm hearing it as like it's interesting. I'm seeing someone is kind of I'm seeing someone is presented with something, but then someone else like doesn't know what to do with that, or feels like they're feeling like even it's like too good to be true. I don't know what that's about, but there's something that's being questioned or challenged. And I'm hearing it has to do with the investment into the long term. Here's the Devil mirroring the Daughter of Pentacles. Someone perhaps is feeling very that there is a sort of there are no. Sorry about that again, Scorpio. The reading cut. Okay, video cut there. No, but backtrack what you were saying. Yeah, there's something someone feels it's a little weird to have this conversation even around this space, but there could be, again, even like certain even different aspects or avenues to a certain discussion that someone feels it's like, you know, yes, there is the physical side, yes, there is also the philosophical side, and then there's also the feeling side, and, you know, how do we kind of align all of the pegs so that they, I'm hearing, fit in the square round hole. I'm hearing though I'm hearing like it's like a hybrid between a square and a circle. It's really weird, like round and square, like hybrid. I don't know what that's about. Hybridized. But the Four of Pentacles in reverse, looking back in the past. Yes, someone here perhaps has some sort of, someone maybe even has a certain a decision. Again, I'm hearing it as a decision that is to be made. It has to do with the long-term investment. Let's see how the energies move through in the extended reading. Feel free to tune in there. I'm hearing Fernando. I'm hearing Ferdinand, Francesca as well. Strongly. Right there, the Ace of Wands and the Moon. Okay. Yeah, so Seven of Wands. Someone here perhaps, I'm seeing like you're thinking about moving in a certain direction. I'm seeing that there was perhaps some kind of opportunity there to move in. Thank you so much for tuning in. Love and light, Scorpio. Let's move on to Virgo. Thank you, Virgo, for tuning in. Oh, I'm seeing, one second. I'm hearing you're getting really you're getting hot. I'm hearing fiery. You're getting down to it. I'm hearing as well what perhaps drives you, what motivates you. It's very, very directive. This energy is extremely